Let's see who's coming through the door. I see somebody coming. It's dark and it's dark. And look who's here. Michael and Jason from Phacet RC. And you're hiding something behind your back. I can see from here. No, you're not.
I'm not. Actually, I am.
Yeah, you are. You can't lie, eh? What do we have there?
This is our Pro Street chassis.
Okay, hold the box. There we go.
We're going to unveil it. It's the first one ever. And Andrew's going to have the honor to build it with us.
And race it.
Yeah. This is a really cool chassis. You can fit it into any touring car body. So it's like the real Pro Street. Nice fat tires in the back, biscuits in the front. Works great.
Okay, let's have a look at it. I'm excited. Okay, get the car out the way. Alright, so at the moment Phacet RC make this, what's the correct term? A rail dragster,
Yeah,
isn't it? Okay, so let's put it down on the table so we
Although
can...
it's electric, it's the style is top fueler.
Yeah, so it's styled after a top fuel dragster. I want to show you that chassis. Look at that. So when I did with the camera, it even looks cool. Ooh, the picture moves in the camera, eh?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so that's what it looks like over there. And now we're going touring car. Okay, so at the moment, those who follow us will know that I race that X-ray chassis over there, and I race the HSP Flying Fish over there. And yeah, it's time for a South African product, don't you think? And
High time for one.
yeah, high time for one, and that is what it looks like. Alright, I'm going to put the camera up and then we're going to have a look at it. And we're back. Okay, so we're all three together. Okay, so that's what the box looks like. Phacet RC, and their slogan is "Don't Blink." As we showed you earlier, this is their rail car that they currently produce, made in South Africa by the two gentlemen on my left. Okay, and because I race touring cars, I'm going to get the very first touring car kit. What we're going to do is we're just going to open the box and have a look what's in the box, because I think this is the very first South African produced touring car type street mod dragster thingy with wheels. Pro Street with wheels. I'm thinking that we're going to maybe set up for, we'll invite Jay and Chivo and Johan and everybody that's been drag racing with us, and we'll all get together and we will all build the car at the same time and put it together, get it running, put electrics in, everything, and then we will have a ready to run car. We'll take it to the track and we'll give it some runs and hopefully not crash it, because that's what I do, because that's what I do with all my stuff. So first things first, you need the trusty knife and then slice it open. Okay, first thing you see when you open the box, ta-da! You see all the goodies inside. Look at that. See, we don't hold the camera straight. It makes it look. See there. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the stuff up and I'm going to show you one thing at a time. First thing when you open a box, what's the first thing you always want to see? You want to see tires, but you can't see them because they're in a box. So these are the same tires that you run on the rail,
yes,
the top fuel rail.
Yeah.
Gosh, they quite don't in the box.
Put
Track bars on them.
They're painted together.
Yeah. There we go. So look how wide that is. We need a comparison.
Literally twice a touring.
The margarine tub right on the, there's a 5-litre ice cream tub somewhere on the floor, or that's a thing, that tub with us, yeah. Okay, so the big thing with drag racing is obviously grip. You need a well-prepared track, which is a sugar coat. We then put track bite on the tires, and then we race it down the track. These are the tires I currently run on my touring car, and those are the tires that go on this car. So that's pretty much one. Let's see if we can get that right. 1, 2. Double the amount of tire.
And a very soft compound.
And a very soft compound with some really nice. Geez, they even smell new. Hey, wow. They don't look like my old ones. Look what the rim looks like. Chunks missing. Yeah, lots of fun. Okay, the next thing that we find in the packet is your front wheels. So the front wheels are, you can't see them in the packet here.
Yep.
So literally the front wheel is a disc. Did him? Got a super thin little rubber band on it, because that's all you need. You've got to keep the car straight. Nothing more fancy than that.
You get amazing steering from there.
Yeah, you get a real good steering out of a tiny little strip of rubber.
You can't believe how crisp it is.
And
It's so crisp.
you do know that she was going to paint this luminous green or luminous orange, or something's going to happen with this car. I can see that coming. These are the hubs for the wheel. You can see that they look like, and they actually, as we say, every single component that goes into this car is made by Phacet RC. So they even machine the hubs for the wheels. I like shiny things. And then this is front bumper.
Yes. Front bumper support.
Front bumper support bracket. While I'm taking it out, it's a pretty boring part of the car, but you have to see the finish on this because it buggers up your eyes a little bit. Same as the other dragster, but watch what happens when you turn it in the light. Check that. Up and down, and left and right. I thought you wouldn't get it on the camera, but you do. It looks really cool. Okay, what else do we have in here? Those bolts are for the front steering.
Suspension.
So those are the bolts with the springs. So there is no shock absorbers in the front of this car. It's purely springs and a axle, not axle, the stub axle.
Yes.
Stub axle with a spring on top, and that's
some hubs.
and some hubs. So that's literally, you just have a spring in the front to absorb the suspension travel, and that's it.
Basically keeps the tires on the ground, so you don't have it bouncing and losing steering.
That's all you need, yeah.
That's the Wheelie Bar kit.
And this is the Wheelie Bar kit. It looks really cool. Yeah, Jay's going to kill me for that one. Same coating on it. And then these are all of the brackets. There's all the brackets for it. And all the links. Cool.
I just want to say a note on the Wheelie Bar. It's actually just for show. Our car,
Yeah.
because of the way our system works, it eliminates the need for that. But it looks cool, so
Yeah.
that's why we wanted to do
Because your cars have never wheelied.
it. No.
No, exactly. Neither of them. I've never had a car wheelie ever. It's the way the suspension and your system. Should we show them on this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Phacet RC's system. You can explain it because you designed it. So basically, I'll try and explain this. So basically, to connect the motor which sits in here, let's turn it sideways. So the motor goes in here, the wheels get bolted on here, and this is the chassis going down. So to join the chassis to, well, the rear, what do you call this section again?
It's a motor cage.
The motor cage to the chassis. There's actually a shock absorber in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and push it down. You can see it move. Oh, there we go. Not bad, eh? So that's what it does. So you actually have that movement. So what happens is when the car pulls off, it's going to obviously load that direction. Am I right, eh?
That's right.
So it's going to load the direction this way. Instead of the car then trying to climb up in the air when it loads the wheels with power, this shock absorber here then absorbs that energy. When it transfers the energy back, it straightens the chassis out again, and the car goes like
Well,
that.
if you keep the chassis, the cage level, and you lift the front, that's
Yes.
exactly what's going to happen.
So that's what's going to happen.
Lift and slam down.
And then it's going to come back down again, and then when it comes back down again, the car then goes, the dragster then goes straight, pretty much.
But actually, it eliminates the wheelie so much it almost doesn't lift at all.
Well, yeah, because you know your wheelie bar is going to absorb the movement of the car, whereas the shock absorber is what does that.
Yes.
It absorbs everything that what do you want to call it? When the car, we call it the loading of the wheels. As soon as you put the wheels under power, something's got to move for that.
It wants to lift the front the moment you load the tire.
As soon as you load the tire. So what this does is this then absorbs that load, puts it back down on the ground again, and you go straight. And that's pretty much it. So this kit, the Street Pro Modified Stock Class Eliminator category, comes with exactly the same setup as this in it. I'll get it right one day.
That's alright.
It took me long enough just to remember your names there. Okay, that's the front bumper. And then I'm putting out all the cool stuff. Okay. Let's Andrew see. Where do these go?
These are the arms.
These are your front A-arms, am I correct?
That's right.
Correct. Brushed metal finish.
Yeah, so these are, as we say, made by them, and you can see nice, very nice brushed metal finish on them. I don't want to take them out the packet, so I'm going to put them all nicely so we can build it. This is the motor cage.
Yes.
So there's the side plate where the motor goes through, and the one for the other side.
This is the uprated one. It's got bearings in it.
Yeah, so this has got, the original one didn't have bearings inside the motor plate.
You can actually show it.
All the bearings are in there.
This one doesn't have it in, but we've put bearing systems in here.
Yes, in that point of flex,
Yeah.
which is that hole down there, isn't it?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, so in that hole over there, there's the little bearings in the packet. Ta-da! So what will happen there is when the motor flexes on that pivot point over there, there's now a bearing inside there, so that it then becomes a super
Very
super
smooth,
and
it
very.
also eliminates play.
It eliminates any play by having a bearing inside that pivot point. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, there's lots of stuff in here. And by the way, they made a statement that this kit takes how long to build?
30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Okay, so we're going on a 45-minute maximum build time. Please notice that my CFXW kit is recommended at 3.5 hours, and it took us 12.5 hours to build. So we'll see. It was great.
Let's give it some leeway.
Yeah.
2 hour build.
No. On camera, 45 minutes. But that's only a chassis build, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Chassis only, yeah.
Yeah, you'll set up.
So we'll have a rolling chassis in 45 minutes. How does that sound? Okay.
Sounds good.
And then these branded parts we're not allowed to show on camera. But that is, where does that link go in?
The steering.
This is the steering link, eh? Okay.
Yes.
And these are the braces that go through the chassis.
That's the cage braces.
So these are all of the cage braces.
Deck.
And the deck braces, you can see, all made out of aluminium. All thread tapped and threaded on the ends. Cool.
That's the cage's deck plates.
This is the top, am I right?
Yes.
So this is the top deck plate for the cage. Got that same freaky finish, don't know what you want to call it, hypnotizing effect. These are the...
That's your steering
These are
link.
the steering links, yeah. Oh, the ones that you said were all aluminium.
Yes.
Okay, so these are the steering links, you can
That's
see.
an upgrade part.
Yes, all made out of aluminium. Cool. Don't lose the grub screws, Andrew. And there's the magic part. Ta-da! One-time shock.
It's a full aluminium threaded shock.
Yeah, so there's no plastic in there.
Even the bottom part is.
Even the bottom part is, eh? Gee, it was very smart. Miscellaneous spaces and pieces. No idea. I'll figure that out when I build it. That's got to be a stud axle for the front
That's your
steering.
shock mount.
Is that? Oh, that's the plate. The wheel goes on. Okay, so.
No, that's the shock mounted.
It's this mount right over there.
Oh gosh, I was in the wrong part of the car. So this is actually what goes on the chassis this way, and then the shock absorber gets mounted into that plate at an angle like that, so that it can do that.
And that's also an upgrade.
Yes.
Since it's aluminium. That's
Those
just
are-
fancy body mods. If you want to change your wheel arches to
Oh.
more dragster like.
Yeah, so if you're, so as we said in the beginning, any touring car body will fit on here. So Mazda Speed, whatever you want, grab us a body. Even a Mustang will fit on there. And then give me my very special body up top there. I was given this body by Chivo, the Indian samosa supplier, which I've never had because he eats them all on the way here. He's always told us that his mom makes samosas, but we've never seen the evidence of it. Not once.
So these are clear plastic. They just got a blue film. on
Okay,
them.
so what I do with these is this is a body that, so if you want to change your wheel arches and you want to go for more of a stealth look and try and get rid of some of the air flex, I think they call that the air flex when you're traveling fast with an RC car, you get this on the body. I call it wobble. It goes like from the wind. So this allows you to close up the wheel arch and only have the space that you need exactly for the size of the tire, because there's no suspension on the car. Nothing's going to move around, so you can.
It's only if you're using an old body.
And if you use an old body,
you
you cut it out
custom
however
cut
you
it
want to.
anyway.
Yeah. Gosh, Jay, you need to clean the studio. Look at this. Okay. Gosh, it's that bad. I didn't.
Because that feature on these panels, these plastic ones are particularly good for me because I've got a Mustang body, but it's like got like wheel
Yes, the wheel arches are 3 times bigger than the tires are. Yeah. So then, like you say, with this, I mean, look at the size of that wheel arch on there. My goodness. There's the tire. This actually looks going to look quite cool. So that's a bit of a problem when the tire is, it's got a bit of space around it. So that's what's included in the kit to be able to do that. So this is the body that Chivo gave to me. Chivo painted this and made it look really cool. That actually is quite a nice shot of the body. Eh?
It is.
It's a brand new body, it's never been driven. I really like the back of the car. I like all of these sharp angled corners on the back, and this thing on the spoiler on the back is just ridiculous, and one really big gazoost out the back. Check at that. So this is going to be the body on the car. Be it a 200mm wheelbase that will fit on the car as well, which is cool. So we have a chassis, we have a car. We're not going to run really wild on it first, obviously. We're going to stick with a We'll have to, I'll think about it now, come back to you on that, what we're going to put in it. We've got a couple of options. If I knew what I did with the packet for these, it would be really, really good.
It doesn't matter either. No, there we go.
Ta-da! See, we recycle. There we go. What else is in the box? Okay, then we get into the more interesting parts.
Body posts?
Body posts, they are super interesting. Yay! These are the front steering axles.
Yeah,
steering hubs. You can see them over there. Check out that. So cool.
That is the traction plate.
It's you're gonna have to explain this one to me because nothing I remember seeing on the car looks like this.
Okay, traction plate goes up here. This one's painted black, so it's harder to see.
Oh, that's the one that goes across the chassis right out to the back.
Yeah.
And then that's where the pivoting of the, so this goes on the bottom of the chassis and the pivoting motor cage sits up there, am I right? Perfect. And it pivots on that.
It's also the mount for your wheelie bar.
At the back?
Yes.
Okay. And then
that is front body post mountings.
Oh yes, those are the ones for the front of the car.
They're made to adjust for certain angles because sometimes you get bodies that the holes are almost right.
They just not right.
You can turn them about 45 degrees either way, and then
I think I know what this is.
That's the axle, and the black rod is carbon fiber. That is the steering link to set your toe in.
So this is the front steering link.
Yeah, and it's an actual carbon fiber rod.
Ooh, there's absolutely
Light
nothing.
as a feather,
Wouldn't even know it's in your hand. So that is the steering axle rod for the front, and this is where all the magic happens. So this is the solid rear axle, and this is aluminium, isn't it?
Stainless steel.
Oh, you're right. It's too heavy to be aluminium, eh? And then it's obviously chamfered on the end for the spur gear. No.
It's just for finishing and easier to get the hubs on.
Oh yeah, because the hubs have to go on this way and this
Correct,
way.
yeah.
Okay.
That's what the little spacer bracket was for, is the spacer fits between the bearings and the cage and the hub.
And the hub. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you
So that was what the stuff I said was useless and not important is actually quite important.
Yeah.
Well, the aluminium ones are good for to sell.
Yo, this thing still makes my eyes go all skewy. This one we can take out of the plastic. All right. Yo. Okay, let's look at it from the bottom because it makes a lot more sense. So there's all your holes. This is the rear of the car here, middle, and the front of the car over there. But the magic happens when you turn it around. Look at that. Let's turn it this way. So, what is this finish actually called? You said it had a name. It was called what?
I don't know.
Really cool looking finish.
Really cool looking finish, yeah.
So you can see what happens when you turn it. It is absolutely incredible.
It's like diamonds.
It's like diamond plating, but it all moves when you move it. So.
It's to hypnotize yourself.
Yeah. It works very well to hypnotize yourself. Alright, put it back in the packet.
One more piece in there.
Ta-da.
Underneath, yeah. Inside.
Wrapped inside. I know what that is.
That's the deck.
This is the deck. The deck plate. So the deck plate is the plate that runs from the back of the car's motor cage to the front steering posts.
That's correct.
And that's, so basically you will have that plate at the bottom, and this is the top deck that then holds everything together to give the car support.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Got that all figured out. And, sorry, that's it. Okay. Alright, basic information on the kit. This kit is the fully upgraded kit. It's got the carbon fiber, it's got all the aluminium hubs, there's nothing more you can really add to this car, this kit.
We can make aluminium base plates, which we will do in the future.
Yeah, but I mean this is pretty much as good as it gets.
Yes.
Okay. This kit is 3,950 Rand. Okay, so everything that I've taken out of the box is included in the price of the kit. You still need your electronic speed control and your motor. You also need a steering servo, and you obviously need a battery and a remote to make it work.
And there's one more thing.
Yes.
I just want to bring it in.
And also spur and pinion.
And spur and pinion gear, yeah.
For the first 8 kits,
Oh yes, yeah.
in that price would be this body.
Man, that's too damn far away. Look at that. Okay, so for the first 8 kits, these are the bodies that will be supplied with the kit. They are already painted, and they are also the exact right wheelbase to fit on the car. And you can see they are super low profile. Look at that. Check how thin it is. Pretty much.
So it's the same size as mine.
It's pretty much the same size as your head, eh? Did your head small, eh? Didn't know that, did you?
Well, no.
And then that's pretty much it. I just thought of I do have a motor and a speed control. It's in that cupboard in a first aid kit. Okay. What is it? It's a 10 and a half turn Leopard, with a programming card and a message coming through. Hopefully it's somebody paying me. Then yeah, so what we'll do is we're going to pack the kit up nicely. We don't want to spoil the surprise. Nobody else knows that this car is actually here yet. Not Jay, not Chivo, not Johan, not Tian. Nobody knows about it. It's a secret.
And you guys are actually the first to ever see this. Yes. No one knows about this.
I've only
this is a secret.
Because you know what they sent me? They sent me a sneak picture of a side view of something. What was it? Position, something like that. That photo you sent me. You could see nothing in the picture. Okay, it didn't give away anything. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching. We're going to get the video together of the build. We'll get everybody out. We'll put the car together, get the electronics in, get it rolling, and then we've got a street down the road where we do illegal drag racing, but RC, so it's not too much of a problem. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and have a really awesome weekend. And thanks to Michael and Jason for bringing me the very first car, not the prototype, because the prototype is the one that gets. Yeah. By the time it's done, it doesn't look like it's been crash tested. Yeah, it's been crash tested, and so this is the first product. This is the first release of the new kit, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff still to come from Phacet RC in the near future. We're looking at a, what's the right word? An entry-level dragster.
Yes. Yeah. We're gonna have a dragster.
So one of these bad boys. Okay, so not one of those.
Chassis only on that will start about $1 grand.
Yes.
Full roller $2 grand. That's the entry level, and you can go up to $6 grand.
Yeah, depending on how much stuff you want to spend on it. Yeah. But basically, you can get a rolling chassis to start drag racing for $2 grand.
Yes.
And most guys have got servos and motors and ESCs anyway, and you just take them out and put it in. It's not exactly a huge job. I mean, it takes what, half an hour maybe?
Yeah,
at the most.
Quick.
Yeah, ask me. I've done it many times.
I mean, even if you look on the side of the cage, you'll see. I'll bring it up to the camera. You literally just insert your motor from this side in.
Yeah.
And you're done.
Motor goes in there.
Very quick and easy.
The screws that hold it in. I mean, your battery goes in there. There's the slots for the. Can we get on the camera? Over there is the slots for the. There it is, for the battery straps. So your battery goes in there. Your servo's got 2 screws that hold it in, and your battery goes in there. Your ESC gets stuck on with double-sided tape. Your receiver gets stuck on with double-sided tape, and you put your body on and you're ready to ride. Literally 20 or 25 minutes worth of work. Because that's what we do. We swap stuff around because we don't have enough money to buy stuff for everything that we have.
Yeah, while you're doing that, you sort of treat the tires.
Yeah, while you do that, you put the treated on and then you're ready to roll. Yeah. So that's it, yeah. Lots of stuff to come from Phacet RC in the near future and from RC Antics. And yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll catch up with you guys later. Ciao.
Thank you guys. Cheers.
Awesome.